Are we live? I cannot tell because Ecamm Live is foreign to me. It looks like we're live, and I just got the notification that we're live. It's the first time on this channel in a long ass time. How we doing? I'm speaking into the void right now. Starting off a live stream is one of the most awkward things you could ever do, especially when it's supposed to be like a Q&A based live stream. But guess what? I have no shame. I have zero shame ever. Do this. Thank you, Caleb. I am live and direct. How you doing? Ready to talk about how this class was supposed to be the best class in 10 years and it ended up sucking? Because I am. Ben Payne, what's up, man? How you doing? Ball is life. Love that. Love the energy. Love the energy. Baby boy. That's crazy. How we doing? Capture moments as they happen. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what any of these things on live stream are. But we will prevail. What's up, Weston? What's up? I think that's Tariq. Sorry if I fucked that name up. But you gotta give me credit. I remembered your actual name and not your screen name. I think it's Tariq. You took Bateman over Devonta. You're ready to get Justin Jefferson? Listen, I'm the biggest Rashad Bateman fan you'll ever find, but that shit was kind of suspect on your part. Just talk about Zach Wilson, the God already. Not a fan. Not a fan. I'm not going to read your name, but how are you, Mr. D's? I'm a tree. How tall am I? I'm like 6'4" on a good day. 6'3.5" if I miss a dunk. And 6'5" if a woman asks me. I hope that covers all my bases. Of course I did. Of course I remember you. I popped up at the perfect time. Would you look at that? Look at us. Who would have thought? You drafted Mac Jones, Chuba, Ramondre in your Dynasty draft. Would love to hear your thoughts on them. Chuba, I hate. He's a fast guy who's slow, which is tough. Ramondre is probably a year away from being a year away from not being anything. That backfield is kind of crowded. I think Damian Harris is a much better runner. I think as long as James White's around, he's going to get his work out of the backfield. I think Ramondre is going to make the team. But it's not going to be anything fantasy relevant. Mac Jones, listen, you went for the Patriots stack with Mac and Stevenson. In my opinion, super low ceiling for Mac Jones. The floor is decent, but then again, his receivers are fucking trash. So, not a huge fan of those picks. But you probably didn't have the ability to make any better picks than that. So I can't knock you for it. It's Eric with a T. Tarek. All right, got you, Tarek. My head was touching the ceiling of Miami. That's a lie. I wish I was Katie's height. Minds are traps to avoid in rookie drafts. Trey Sermon, yeah, I think he's a trap. I didn't like him really as a talent, and I think it's being swept under the rug how deep of a running back room that is in San Francisco. I'm not even sure he's better than Elijah Mitchell. And the fact that they drafted 2 running backs and already got, Wayne Gallman signed there, and they already have Raheem Mostert, and Jeff Wilson. Listen, somebody picked him a 112 one of my leagues. I appreciate them pushing value back, but yeah, I'm not a huge fan of him. I do like Michael Carter a good bit, even though he's a Jet. Who else is a trap? Tutu Atwell, Kadarius Toney. I think they're all traps. The measurables didn't push him down for me, Niall. The landing spot did. He was my 1 even after the measurables. After landing spot, he's like my 3 or 4. Somewhere in there between either Jalen Waddle and Devonta or after Devonta. He's in that tier. You drafted Jamar Fields and Najee 2, 3, and 4. Good man, Weston. You just won your league. What do I think of Josh Palmer landing on the Bolts? Not happy. Not happy at all. We've seen what happens when the Chargers try to draft a receiver. I guess the third round isn't bad because they got Keenan Allen there. But like he's Mike Williams 2.0, and every fucking highlight they showed, he got 1 foot in bounds. And his biggest positive was body control. Listen, I'm not happy about it. You've been going stack crazy. You're not stacking as crazy as Animal. He'll stack like Marlon Mack with fucking Carson Wentz. Fields and Lance, who would I take? I'm going Lance there. Use my 10 picks, my rookie draft, thinking I can flip a few. If you're asking if you should use all your rookie picks, Koenig, I would say no. Trade a few of them. You don't need to make all those picks. Thank you, Gamer Dad Fisher. Everybody leave a like if you want. Leave a dislike if you don't like it. You got Najee in the first, Elijah in the second, Mac in the third. Listen, I'm a huge Elijah Moore fan. I know Zach Wilson is Zach Wilson, but I think the type of quarterback he's going to be is somebody, I know it's high praise, but like a Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray, who lets plays develop, extends them with his legs, and waits for his receivers to separate. Corey Davis isn't that. Denzel Mims isn't that. Jamison Crowder's old as fuck. It's going to be Elijah Moore with that type of rapport and chemistry, kind of like Russell Wilson and Tyler Lockett have. Getting open when he's on the run, it could definitely help him out in terms of fantasy. Yeah, Josh, I'm telling you, the box score is going to have 18 running backs with 3 carries a pop. And Jeff Wilson's rushing line is going to be 2 yards, 2 carries, 2 touchdowns. How did... must be a startup that Trey Lance fell to the 208. I don't think that's really fallen in a startup, 208. So you have 105, 107, 201. You're thinking Pitts. I'm thinking Pitts for you as well. I think you can get probably Pitts at the 7, Chase at 5, 201. I've seen Jalen Waddle fall that far, and I'd go for him there. $107 and Jacobs for T. Higgins, Keenan Allen in a 2023 first. I love that. I hate Josh Jacobs. 107 will get you like a Devonta Smith or Kyle Pitts. And I think that's fair value for a T. Higgins, and you got a 2023 on top. Nah, Animal's not that wild. Jalen Darden will only be his wide receiver 4 this year. Joe Kelly. Yeah, I like your trade, Joe. What's good, Cody? How you living? Caleb, let me put it this way. Rondale Moore isn't killing Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk is killing Christian Kirk. He's had like 2 good games in his career. Everybody that likes him goes back to his college stats, which are like 5 years ago at this point. If you're on Christian Kirk, it's because he had good fucking production in college and he was somewhat athletic. We've already seen he's athletic in the NFL. We haven't seen that college production really mean anything for right now. So I think Rondale Moore is going to cannibalize his touches. And I also think it hurts Chase Edmonds a little bit because he can definitely be used out of the backfield. Do I have any my guys in the second round? Yeah, just like you, I really like both the Moore boys. If Jalen Waddle falls to the second, for sure. As far as like more under the radar guys that aren't so obvious in the second round, there really aren't any. I think like after 204, shit gets kind of tragic. I wouldn't hate Michael Carter, but after that, after him, like Trey Sermon, I'm not a big fan of. And once you get to Kadarius Toney levels, it's kind of rough. I do like Amari Rodgers. If Aaron Rodgers stays around, that Rodgers connection is going to be fucking deadly. But other than that, I guess I'm on St. Brown too. Thoughts on T. Higgins after Bengals drafted Chase? Yeah, he's going to be a value because everybody thinks that Jamar Chase is going to kill T. Higgins when T. Higgins wasn't even killed by Tyler Boyd, who's already established. As a rookie, he had like 900-something yards with a bad hamstring and shit quarterbacks. I think he's going to be a huge value. Am I disappointed in you that Simi and Darden are getting buried? Yeah, I don't think Simi Fehoko is going to do anything in Dallas, and I don't think Jalen Darden's going to do anything in Tampa. Oh, am I as disappointed as you are? Probably not, because I don't really care about them. Thoughts on Javonte? My immediate reaction was I was not a fan of the landing spot, But after realizing that Melvin Gordon is a fucking fraud, and he always will be, and that he's a free agent after this year, and that they have a decent offensive line, I'm good with it. He'd probably be a back end of the first round pick for me. You have 102 and 103. Drawn between picking Chase and ETN, picking Chase and trading down. Yeah, I would choose Chase and then trade out of 3. I don't think ETN is going to be what we thought he was going to be because of his landing spot. I think he's going to be more of like a weapon than a true running back, which not a huge fan of. Last action hero. I'm going to pour one out for you. I don't like that trade one bit. Do I like Bateman with him being less big than expected? Yes, but I don't like him because of the landing spot. I don't really care about his size. I care about the fact that the team he's on throws 20 times a game. McKitty, new tight end one for the Bolts in the future. Listen, Trey McKitty, never heard of him. He caught like 10 passes at Georgia. They showed his stats or his like pros and cons, and like number 1 was he's a body catcher, and then they showed his highlights, and that's what I saw. Hate it. Not a fan of Trey McKitty. How do I feel about the new Josh Kelly? Larry Roundtree is worse than Josh Kelly. Larry Roundtree is Josh Kelly if Josh Kelly had 1 leg, and Josh Kelly barely has 2. So no, not a fan. Boss, I can't pronounce your last name, I'm sorry. I would take Najee at the 102 and then see whichever quarterback falls. It might be Justin Fields. Fuck. Oh. My apologies. I think I got allergies or something. Pitts or Chase and 1 quarterback? Give me Pitts. Or give me Chase. It's really a toss-up. Whatever you need. Quarterback or wide receiver or tight end. Stock on T. Higgins and Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk never had stocks to begin with. T. Higgins I'm completely fine with. I think he's still going to be the alpha there. What are we doing with 2022 first? You'd have to ask Mike that because I'm not very knowledgeable about 2022. I just know like Traylon Burks is good. David Bell. She Loves Michi out of Alabama. Favorite UDFA? I don't really know any of them. Maybe what's his name from Florida State? Tamorian Terry. Cody, just hold both of your tight ends. Nobody else in your league is going to have 2 good tight ends. Most of them won't even have 1. Thoughts on Brevin Jordan? I think he sucks. I think he's an athletic tight end who didn't test athletically, isn't really that good of a pass catcher, ran limited routes at Miami. Not a fan. Not a fan at all. I don't know what that says. Is Urban Meyer high as balls for taking ETN round 1? I think it was one of those like Mahomes situations where he asked, who you want, Trevor? And he said, give me the only guy I care about, which is Travis Etienne, and that's going to put this offense in shambles. 1 quarterback, 101, Najee pretty easily. Would you be buying Jordan Love? No. I don't think the team even has confidence in him. On the last stream, you say it's the AC, and on this stream, you say it's allergies. We got a fraud in our hands. Yeah, it's tough. What am I doing with Watson if I'm a contender? I would just sell him and not have to worry about him. Yeah, if you're trying to switch from 1 quarterback to Superflex, I would just restart the league. It's too tough. Bijan Robinson, remember the name for 2022 or 2023? Isn't he only eligible for 2023? I think next year's like Breece Hall and them. I don't really know. Carson, Rashad Penny, and how many future firsts for Saquon Barkley? You have 3 in 2022 and 1 in 2023. I would start off with 2 in 2022, and I'd be willing to pay all 3 of them. Diggs and Mike Davis for Higgins, Paris Campbell, and 205. I would take Diggs for that package alone. So, yeah, just give me Diggs. You played against Bijan in high school. You can vouch for Bijan. I'd hope so. I mean, he's a fucking D1 athlete. He's going to be like a round one pick. He probably ran through your face. I'm sorry about that, Isaiah. Do I think Mac Jones will take the starting spot? I think so. Unless Cam is just like healthy as fuck, I don't see him holding the job. What do you sell Watson for? Whatever you can get at this point. I don't think he's going to be playing. Will Darnell Mooney's air yards finally come to fruition? If Justin Fields knows how to throw a football further than 10 yards down the field, then yeah, half of them will. What side would I take? 2.8, 2022 second, and Fitz for 109. Give me the 109. 1 to 10, how bad is Animal at Dynasty? A 1. He's incredible at Dynasty. Thoughts on Mark Andrews' big hit with Rashad Bateman? No, I don't think that they're going to be like the same. They're going to occupy the same parts of the field, I guess you could say. I think Mark Andrews is still by far and away the red zone option there. He's still, maybe he'll lose like targets between the 20s as the possession guy, but you weren't drafting Mark Andrews to be like a 1,000-yard receiver and a 70-reception receiver. You're doing it for the touchdown upside, so I don't think it really matters too much. It hurts Rashad Bateman landing in Baltimore, if anything. Where am I drafting Mac Jones in Superflex? Early second, I would take guys like Jalen Waddle ahead of him, probably both the Moore brothers ahead of him. I just don't see a lot of upside there. Whereas you can see upside with Elijah Moore being whatever the hell Jameson Crowder was for like the first 7 weeks of last year. I'd rather have that than like a middling quarterback too, like a Baker Mayfield. A young Jameson Crowder or a Baker Mayfield, give me the young Jameson Crowder. How does Terrace Marshall affect DJ Moore? Not much at all. I mean, he's not going to see more volume than what Curtis Samuel saw last year. And DJ Moore was still a wide receiver too with Curtis Samuel there. Where's Julio going to end up? On the IR probably. Most likely on the IR, if anything. I wouldn't hate him on the Titans, though. I would not hate that. Instead of like Dre Fitzpatrick or whatever his name was. Des Fitzpatrick. Do I think DJ Moore will be running the slot for a majority of snaps? Hard to say, because last year it was all RoboCop Anderson in the slot doing work. I don't think that DJ Moore was bad enough on the outside or Robbie Anderson was bad enough on the inside for them to completely flip-flop roles. But then again, Terrace Marshall isn't the same type of player as Curtis Samuel where he's going to be in the backfield and be a versatile weapon. So maybe they flip it to Terrace Marshall and Robbie Anderson on the outside and DJ Moore in the slot. I think whatever ends up happening, DJ Moore's going to be fine. Thoughts on Myles Gaskin after the draft? Listen, Myles Gaskin fucking stinks at football. But the Dolphins want to use a workhorse running back, and he's probably the best one on the roster. If Todd Gurley or Kerryon Johnson or Le'Veon Bell goes to Miami, though, it's going to be tough to rationalize Myles Gaskin being a 20-plus touch-a-game guy, and last year couldn't hold up with that workload. He's very average. But in fantasy football, being average is being above average, because if you're average with a lot of touches, you're going to score a lot of points. At the same time, though, it's not going to be an efficient point total. It's like, who is it? It's like Devin Booker in the NBA. Like, he'll get you 35, but he'll do it on 40 shots. Tier 2 wide receivers. I would go Waddle, and then Bateman and Devonta are super close. I'll probably say Devonta very slightly. Why do I hate MPJ? He always burns you. Listen, I love MPJ. But we were sitting on the couch watching the Lakers-Nuggets game. I had his over 22.5, 19 points, hits a 3. I think I would have tied the game. Compazzo gets called for an offensive foul. Lost the game of skill on that one leg. Now I'm out some money. Gaskin's going to lose his starting job to Dokes, calling it. Isn't he like 250 pounds? He's got to make the roster first. 2 Best Buy low candidates post-draft. Anthony Ferkser and Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks is just like my default answer to everything. Lynn Bowden to the moon now. You got offered Kyler in a second for your JT in a first. Nah, give me JT in the first. Give me JT in the first. In this class, is this class bad enough where it would be worth drafting the Bengals' new kicker? Tarek, if you're drafting kickers in your rookie draft, then I don't know what to tell you. Niall, I wouldn't do that trade because the running back you can get for Aaron Rodgers is like Chris Carson. Mixon or Javonte for Dynasty? Give me Javonte. Give me Iguodala. Do I see a Hawkinson breakout coming? Probably. All they got is a Amon-Ra and then two guys that are running sprints up and down the field. I'm 5'7" here, but 6'4" on Nick's channel. How am I 5'7" here? But yeah, Hawkinson. It's going to be Hawkinson, Swift, and Amon-Ra. I don't think... Listen, Tyrell Williams was good for like a minute on the Chargers when they had nobody else and everybody was hurt. Rashad Perriman's got a fucking terrible hairline, which is more important than you would think. It's a whole confidence thing. That's why he hasn't caught a pass in 2 years. Even with the helmet, like, cornerbacks know. Cornerbacks know that he has fraudulent hands because what's under his helmet is a risky situation. But yeah, I think it's going to be Hawkinson's season if he can stay healthy because Jared Goff, one, has small hands, is going to be playing in a division that I think they have 2 domes, but I don't really care. It's going to be cold. You can't throw that far. Hawkinson's going to be just sitting pretty 5 yards down the field, running after the catch. I'm going to put out a wild guess of 71 catches, 737 yards, and 8 touchdowns. Offensive Rookie of the Year. It's probably just going to be Najee. I feel like Trevor Lawrence has such high expectations, and Najee's going to have so much volume that if Lawrence doesn't do what Herbert did this past year, they're going to give it to somebody else. Zeke in 209 for Akers and 104. Akers and 104. I like him straight up. Rank the sophomore running backs post-draft. You just want me to put James Robinson last. I'm going to have to say Jonathan Taylor, Antonio Gibson, DeAndre Swift, J.K. Dobbins, Clyde, J-Rob. If I forgot anybody, let me know. Rookie draft. Bateman or Rondell? Give me Bateman still. Best stacks, best low-key stacks. I don't hate like an Amon-Ra, Hawkinson, Jared Goff stack, like super cheap. I don't hate if you have the 101, like Animal says. McCaffrey, DJ Moore, Sam Darnold. I don't hate Aaron Rodgers, Cortland Sutton. Speak it into existence. Do I think Matt Stafford's going to utilize Deshaun Jackson at all? Listen, I didn't even know he was on the fucking Rams, so I'm going to have to say no. Worst offense this year that you are fading everyone on that team. It's a tough one. I could say the Jets. It depends how Zach Wilson looks preseason. I could say the Jets. Patriots probably. I'm not sure. Not sure. Oh, I forgot Akers in that whole thing. Let me go through it again. 1. I said Jonathan Taylor. 2. I'll go Akers. 3. Gibson, then Swift, then Dobbins, then Clyde, then J-Rob. Devonta Smith or Chase Claypool? I'll probably go Chase Claypool there. Very close. Rodgers quarterback 1 Green Bay next 3 years at least. I will take bets. That's completely unbiased by you, Avocado, right? I agree, Forest Law. Nobody wants to like DJ Moore because he's too consistent. He's like the young Jarvis Landry. How fast do you think Sermon will beat out Mostert? What's the slowest increment of time you could ever imagine? I don't think he's going to beat out Mostert. Mark, give me James Robinson. I want him on my team. I like the Tua Waddle stack. I like that a lot. I expect Waddle to be in the slot, and that's all Tua can do is pepper the slot. He's electric after the catch. Can we get more rap videos, please? No. Nope. You barely got one of them. Any faith in second-year wide receiver who didn't produce much like Rager and Mims? Yeah, I do. I think last year was kind of an anomaly when it came to how they had to adapt and make it into the NFL because of COVID, no offseason. A lot of them landed in pretty shitty spots, like Henry Ruggs, like Denzel Mims, like Jalen Rager. So I wouldn't write them off just yet, whereas in other years it would be kind of tough to have any faith in them. Why do I have Swift over Dobbins? I think it's going to be a pass catching thing. I think he's going to have plenty of volume on the ground, and the fact that Jared Goff only has him to throw to, basically, him, Hawkins, and Amon-Ra, I think there's going to be a lot of rushing upside and a lot of receiving upside. Who would I rather have, Terrace Marshall or Diami Brown? That's super close. I'm not a fan of either of them, but I'll go Terrace Marshall there. Mark, send me an offer. I'll review the offer live on stream, and I'll give you my thoughts and why I'll probably decline it. Mixon and Visca for Dobbins. Now I'll probably take Mixon and Visca there. Michael Carter or Travis Etienne? Etienne. How similar are Waddle and Fuller? Not very at all. Waddle's like huge after the catch. Fuller last year, or the year before last year, or his career before last year, was a straight up burner, which Waddle certainly can do. But last year we saw a lot more possession out of Fuller. I think Waddle going forward, or Fuller going forward, is going to be more of like an alpha outside receiver, whereas we can see more of a Swiss Army knife type of role from Jalen Waddle. So I don't see them being very similar at all. People want to say that they're similar because they're fast. Like that's like saying John Brown and Tyreek Hill are similar. Not true. Texans offense is one to fade. Yeah, if they don't have a quarterback, it's really Davis Mills and Tyrod. In redraft, would you take any tight end and wide receiver in the first round or just 12 running backs straight? I definitely take a wide receiver. I would take probably A.J. Brown, Tyreek Hill, Devontae in the first. I don't think that there's 12 running backs worth first round capital. That's when you get burned, is when you just fucking take running backs because they're running backs and they're scarce. Like if you start taking Chris Carson round 1 instead of a Tyreek Hill round 1, you're going to lose. Who's the bust you're going to laugh at every time someone drafts them way too early in your league? Trey Sermon, probably. Tarek, I'm not drafting any sort of jet, especially a jet backup in redraft. Handcuff running backs I would be looking into. I think Damian Williams is kind of sneaky on the Bears. Wouldn't hate that. I would not hate that. Are there any difference between Michael Carter and CH last year other than draft capital? They're very similar players, for sure. I think playing in the SEC definitely gave a lot more credibility to what Clyde did. Also, him landing in Kansas City versus Carter in New York is tough. Carter or Sermon in Dynasty and redraft, I'll take Carter on both sides there. How horrible is Drew Lock? One of the worst I'll ever see. All right, I just got an offer of I get James Robinson, I give away Mark Andrews. So just going to give a cold decline. Sorry, Mark. Is Mike still high on Diami Brown? I'd assume so. I mean, he was a big fan of him pre-draft, and he landed in a spot with a quarterback that locks onto one receiver and just fucking peppers him all day. So I wouldn't see why he wouldn't be. Think Elijah Mitchell can overtake the 49ers backfield, not Trey Sermon? Yeah, I think Elijah Mitchell is probably like on par or better than Trey Sermon, so I wouldn't be surprised. Mixon for Claypool and Fant? Ugh. I'm not a Mixon fan. If you really need tight end and receiver, then go for it. You draft Elijah Moore in every single rookie draft, I can guarantee he will bust. Alright, we're going to stay away from that then. How would I rank Elijah Moore, Bateman, Terrace Marshall? Bateman, Elijah Moore, Terrace Marshall. I hate the landing spot for Bateman, but I'm going to bet on the talent there. Even if it burns me, I'll just bet on the talent. Is Zeke a fancy Leonard Fournette? No. Leonard Fournette fucking stinks. What's more likely? Josh Palmer becoming a bum or the Chargers becoming a real NFL team? That hurts. That really hurts. But Josh Palmer being a bum because it's already true. Rashad Penny can't pop anymore. How would I rank Zach Wilson, Mac Jones, Justin Fields? I'd go Fields, Wilson, big gap, Mac Jones. Martina. Come on. Tua can't throw deep. He just can't. He had fucking Devontae Parker, who's a deep receiver, and he couldn't hit him. Listen, I don't make the rules. I just watch the game and let you know. Did Karen Johnson get released? What do we think of that late round running back Lions drafted? Is a sexy handcuff to Swift. They have Jamal Williams, so probably not. Who did they get? Like Kenny Nguanu? Listen, I forgot who they got, but I don't think it's going to be anything special because they did pay Jamal Williams to be nothing. When are you moving to New York to hang with the BDG clan? I'm never moving to New York. Not a fan of New York. Do you think Deontay Johnson can continue? No. I don't think Deontay Johnson had success last year. It was just purely volume. I think he'll get volume. Do I think he'll be successful? No, probably not. Scott asked, who won Get Faded? Not sure. Not sure. Not pertinent to this live stream either, Scott. Whoever it was, though, I'm sure was very happy about it. I liked the first 2 rounds of the Chargers draft. Fucking loved it. After that, it was a shit show. Took fucking Josh Palmer, Trey McKitty, Larry Roundtree. If you could have named me 3 players, if I were to name you 3 players I didn't give a fuck about, it would be all 3 of them. And they hit. They hit on all 3 of them, so I love it. 1 quarterback, PPR. Big roster with IDP. What could I pull in a trade sending away Jordan Love? In a 1 quarterback league, IDP, I don't know, 4th round pick. Post Miami Noah is a new level. I haven't said anything, Scott. I'm trying to be nice. I know who won Get Faded. It wasn't even close. But I'm trying to be respectful. Are all the rookie... I can't fucking read. This shit's a mess. All the rookie wide receiver talk, and you haven't even mentioned your number 5. Listen, Anthony Schwartz is a fucking animal. Anthony Schwartz is the fastest man alive. Fields or Lance at 102. I'd go Lance, but I would also probably just go Najee instead. You remember the pre-live stream days? What is that supposed to mean? I learned how to use Ecamm Live, Scott. I've passed you by. You need a quarterback. You have 103, 105, 201. Who do you take? I would take 103. You can probably get Justin Fields or Trey Lance or Trevor Lawrence, whoever falls. 105. Get one of those 3 guys I just named or Najee or Zach Wilson. 201. Get yourself a receiver. When Julio gets traded, will Calvin and Russell finally get the respect they deserve? Russell Gage? Wild. Who do I take first overall in my rookie draft? It's not Superflex. Najee. Since they drafted ETN, I'm losing my keeper in Robinson. So who would you rather keep, Calvin and lose your 2nd, or keep Amari and lose your 8th? Yeah, Amari for an 8th round pick every day. Do I feel the same about Brandon Cooks if Watson doesn't play? Nah, this shit's going to be a mess. You got to like your boy in round 2. Should help out. Yeah. Casey Hayward's gone. Can't wait to see Asante Samuel Jr. get fucking mossed every week too. We have 5 rookie drafts coming. Who's your value in the 2nd rounds and why is it Tony? I hate Kadarius Toney. Hate him. Amon-Ra St. Brown, round 2. Amon-Ra, Diami Brown, every Brown there is. James Brown, just take him. Are you targeting any Texans running back or Lions wide receiver? Yeah, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Any Texans running back? No. Keenan is your wide receiver 3 in Dynasty. I feel like I want to trade him, but should I hold on? Yeah, hold on because you're not going to get any good value in return for him because people don't like receivers that are older than 22. You promised Tua can throw deep. He did it constantly in college. He just needs better receivers like Fuller, Waddle. Tua will ball this year. Martina, I'm going to hold you to that. I'm going to hold you to that. We're going to come back a year from now and you're going to be singing the same praises and shit's not going to be changing. Ever thought about doing fantasy vids on Omegle? I'm not sure what type of innuendos you're making there, local liability, but you are a liability talking like that. How many years does Dalvin Cook have? Is it crazy? I am thinking of selling him for a haul, including the 101 for Lawrence, given I have Watson and don't. That's not crazy at all. If you can get the 101 and like 2 more firsts, whether it's next year, the year after, or even this year, I'm fine with it. The rookie draft's so weak, people shouldn't sleep on Terrace Marshall and Diami Brown. Listen, his name isn't Terrence Marshall, so maybe you got to stop sleeping, Forrest. One quarterback, you have 109, 201, 206, 209. Rookie mocks look gross, but in the second, should I try and trade a package? Yes. If you can trade all those picks for like the 105, I would do it. Running backs or wide receivers in the third round of rookie drafts. In the third round of rookie drafts, non-superflex, it's going to be a mess. I would just go wide receiver because by that point, the only running backs that are going to be there are like Kenneth Gainwell and fucking Jarrett Patterson. What do you mean that's a date? Don't sleep on Michael Carter. Scott, he's not going to be a late second round sleeper. He's going almost round one, which is crazy. Okay, local liability. You're out here trying to get me fucking canceled. My first day back. It's my third day out here. I don't know what's going on. Trying to make me sign up for an OnlyFans and deep sleepers. You're a fucking menace to society. What is your evaluation for next year rookie draft compared to this year? Haven't looked into it too deep yet. It seems like the wide receivers are actually like not small, which I would love. Traylon Burks looks big. I know Garrett Wilson's supposed to be good. I think what's his name's good too. I'm just like taking forever to answer this shit. John Mechie, whatever the fuck his name is. Who would you rather in 2021 and beyond, Kenneth Gainwell or Tony Pollard? Kenneth Gainwell, because you can at least have like a 3-year premium. Just run it back. I got 102, 105, 106, 107 in Superflex. Who you taking? I'm taking fucking everybody. You got the whole draft. Scott, what's insane? Quarterback on 102? Yeah, at 102, you might as well take quarterback because you can get a running back at 106 or 107. 105, you'll probably get yourself a nice little Jamar. Little Jamar Chase action. How high is Herbert on your Dynasty quarterback list? It's probably like 4 right now. Might be quarterback 1 very soon. What countries surround Italy? Let's get that brain stimulated. I know the Alps are above it, the Swiss Alps, so I'm going to have to say Switzerland. Geography is tough for me. My brain just doesn't, it's not wired like that. I'm going to say the Swiss Alps of Switzerland. It's a peninsula, so there's probably like only 2 or 3 countries bordering it. Is France over there? I'm going to say France and Switzerland. You can let me know. You subscribe to what, my OnlyFans? You guys are fucking, you guys are wild. Quarterback at 102. 5th, 3rd, or 4th round sleeper on rookie drafts. Tylan Wallace. I know it's a shit situation, but talent is certainly there. I don't hate Kenneth Gainwell super late. There was one other guy. Is Eskridge going round 3? If Eskridge is going round 3, then go for it. But other than that, it's really rough. David Bell, yeah, from Purdue. Heard he's good. There's one other. But whatever, yeah. It's supposed to be decent over there. Tyreek 102 or A.J. Brown, 2022 first and 2023 firsts. That's tough. I would go Tyreek in 102. Get Tyreek and Najee. Carson Wentz good next year? Answer, no. Later round quarterback or running back dart. Javian Hawkins or Dokes? I would say Javian Hawkins. I don't know much about Dokes though, so I can't give you too much help. Where's Chase Claypool? Oh, Jamar Chase compared to last year's wide receivers? I would put Justin Jefferson ahead of him pretty confidently. And then CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb and Higgins are probably like the same tier. If you had to get rid of the Chargers or the Celtics, who's it going to be? Probably the Celtics. Is it safe for me to cut Duvernay, Ahmed, and Bowden? I need rookie roster spots. Duvernay, yes. Bowden, yes. I would keep Ahmed if you could. Just put them on your taxi squad. Does that work? Chris Olave, too. Chris Olave stinks. Traylon Burks, right? What is age cutoff for elite wide receiver production? How many years MT got left? Listen, we've seen guys produce until they're fucking 33. I think a guy like Michael Thomas has that in his bag if he's healthy this year. France, Switzerland, Austria, Slovenia. I was 2 for 4. Bro, that type of heading will get you in the Hall of Fame real easy. Buy, sell, or hold James Robinson. I would hold because nobody wants him. 2021 undrafted free agent with best landing spot. I don't know that many of them. Local liability. Everything you've said to me or about me so far is a liability because you're outing me as a fraud and like basically a sexual predator at this point. I don't know what you want out of me. Sermon will be. All right, Taylon Lee, you are wild. Top bounce back candidate. Odell, I guess. Who else sucked last year? Juju. I think he'll probably suck again though. Chris Carson, if he's healthy. Josh A, I need another geography question. My brain is just not working right now. Should you cut Mark Ingram? Yeah, I would cut Mark Ingram. I know he's like maybe the running back 2 in Houston, but being the running back 2 in Houston at 32 years old means nothing. It means absolutely nothing. Passive aggressive fantasy takes. Cut Keyshawn Vaughn? Not yet. Thoughts on Davis Mills and Mond? I don't know much about Davis Mills. Kellen Mond, I don't see how he ever becomes a starter there. I think if Kirk Cousins' contract expires and they don't want to bring him back, I don't see how they don't pick up a free agent that's more NFL ready or a rookie next year. Top 4 quarterbacks in order for Dynasty. Rookies only. I would say Lawrence, Lance, Fields, Wilson. Can Michael Pittman be good? Are you just only interested in if Colts players can be good? I don't think so. I'm not a huge Pittman guy. Ted and Premium, would you take Freiermuth mid-second? Yeah. Michael Carter at the end of round 1, 1 quarterback. Yeah, at the end of round 1 and 1 quarterback, I'm fine with that. Because in Superflex, he'd probably be early to mid-second. So you take out those quarterbacks and he'd probably fall around there. Name the 7 new wonders of the world. I can't even name one. Not a geography question. I guess it kind of is. Hot take on these rookies. I think they all fucking stink. And I also wouldn't be surprised if Trey Lance and Justin Fields end up as the quarterback 1 or 2 in this class. 1 and 2 in this class. Trevor Lawrence just like gets the benefit of the doubt of being incredible to the point where like I feel like most people don't even watch him play. And if you do watch him play, he's awesome. But I think like at this point, people are just like, oh yeah, Trevor Lawrence is incredible. That's all I know about him. Which he probably has some faults that people are overlooking just because he gets that benefit of the doubt. Another hot take about these rookies, I think Josh Palmer might be the next Calvin Johnson. I think Trey McKitty could be George Kittle. And I think Larry Roundtree does not belong on this earth. Worst edible thing on the planet? I don't know. I typically try not to eat things that are bad, that are edible but taste bad. So I don't know how to answer that local liability. You're probably going to come back with some wild comment, so I'm just probably not going to acknowledge that anymore. Yeah, Ben Payne, we have your information. We know where you live. Finland, surrounding countries? Do they have any? Aren't they in Scandinavia? I'll say Norway. Listen, Scandinavia is Norway, Finland, Sweden, right? There's 3 of them? Norway, Sweden, Denmark. That's not right. Yeah. I'm gonna go with those. Name 4 countries that end in stan. Pakistan, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan. Don't know the last one. Kazakhstan, Pakistan, Uzbekistan. That's all I got. You graduating soon? What's your degree? I just took my last final ever. So we'll see what ends up happening there. If I didn't fail it and botch it completely, then your boy's graduating. Someone let me graduate. That's kind of crazy. Chase, Etienne, or Williams? I would rank them in that order. Chase and Etienne, then Williams. Fuck yeah, one more. It's got to be Finland. Oh, Norway, Sweden. Did I say Norway? Russia. Okay. Let's get some U.S. geography. Surrounding states to South Dakota. There's 6. I can barely name 6 states. You want me to name the 6 that surround North Dakota, South Dakota? I'm gonna say North Dakota, Iowa, Colorado, Wyoming. That's all I got so far. Breaking news: Chargers Super Bowl champs this year. Love that. Love that, RJ. Place in America you want to visit the most? I'd like to go to San Diego. Earliest pick I'd pay for Rager, mid 2. Jamar Chase's stand. Love that. Congrats on probably graduating. Thank you. Thanks on the speculative congratulations. Oh, Afghanistan. That's probably the easiest one. Congrats, man. That's awesome. Thank you, Tarek. Germany. Is that a question? What surrounds Germany? Fuck. Poland. I'm just thinking about the countries they invaded. Poland, I guess. France. Switzerland. Is Devonta Smith gonna be good? You know what, Robert? I'm gonna go out on a limb and say he probably already is good. So yeah. Congrats on almost, maybe potentially graduating. Too much us. Thank you for potentially saying thank you or congratulations for potentially graduating. What states surround Hawaii? The city of Atlantis. Historically shit team that could make the playoffs this year. The Chargers. And also the Browns. And the Cardinals. And I don't know. The Giants? Maybe the Giants, the fucking G-Men. Maybe the Washington football team. That's like a backhanded compliment for saying that they're shitty, though. Austria is below Germany. I should have known that. I could have known that. My goal in life is to just be good at, like, geography questions. What about Rager? Nah, that ship sailed. My wide receiver won last year. Ship sailed. Tampa finished 2019 7-9, drafted offensive tackle 13. Listen, I'm not gonna read that. I'm not gonna read that. I don't want these false hopes creeping into my brain. Chargers need to fire their medical staff and they'll be all right. They have like a medical staff of Tommy boys that like went to college for 7 years and don't get a degree. They literally stabbed a fucking guy in the chest. And they walked around like it was okay. Yeah, Josh, I know you love the Browns. Listen, I'm not going to lie. They're like Super Bowl contenders this year. Whatever their odds are to win the Super Bowl, don't bet them. Should I do a live? Actually, I can't do this because I don't know how to screen share. Does anybody have underdog picks? I think I'm going to make one live and then show you my screen. You have a girlfriend. Is that a question or a statement? Because if it's a statement, then it's news to me. What's an acceptable haul for Hunt? Picks-wise, like 2 seconds. A late first. I would take either of those. For Kareem Hunt. I'm going to take Tobias Harris under 17.5 points. I'm going to take... What we got for rivals? Top hobbies that aren't football related. If not, one you would eventually want to do. Volleyball. Volleyball is probably like my favorite sport. I like working out. Can you tell? Can you tell? No. I like being tall. I don't know. Just like relaxing. I like live streaming. And then getting pressured into drinking. Do a live underdog draft. Can't be doing that. Next time when I figure out how to share my screen, we'll do that. But right now I'm just making picks. I'm going to take Jetty Osman -2 points. Do Bengals drafting Captain America mean he's the new Geo? I actually kind of like Chris Evans. Good pass catcher. But whatever the Bengals front office says, it's going to be a lie. So if they say he's going to be good, he's probably going to suck. If they say he's going to suck, he's going to be incredible. So just keep an eye on what they're saying. Is Judy going to take a jump this year? Yeah. I think Judy had a good year last year as a rookie, 850 yards. Nothing to look down upon. Would I trade a late 2022 first and Fant for Waller? Yes. Tight end premium? Yes. You think that the Knicks are going to smoke the Suns? Off of that alone, I'm going to take the RJ over 19.5 points. I got 3 legs so far. Hit the under on the Ben Simmons prop. All right. I'm going to take the over on the Anthony Edwards too. You guys want to see what I'm working with? Pick 2. Harris, Pitts, Chase. I have a big need at tight end. Then Pitts and Harris. P. Ryan re-signed too? Or did he resign? This is what I'm working with. Can you see? Oh, this is not going to work. Let me read them out to you. Simmons, under 24.5 total stats. Tobias Harris, under 17.5 points. Edwards, over 21.5 points. RJ Barrett, based on your guys' discretion, 19.5 points over. And then Jetty Osman, -2 against Isaac Okoro. That's all we got. Is Josh Palmer a first rounder? Never. Never, ever, ever. Do you think Trey Smith could be a starter and was a steal? Don't know who Trey Smith is. Devonta Smith to the Eagles. Thoughts? I think he's a wide receiver. Hit the like button, peasants. Thank you. Thank you too much, Austin. I wasn't going to say it. I was going to let you say it. JT or Barkley for Dynasty? Give me Jonathan Taylor. Edwards, Rookie of the Year chances, like, you're going to have to bet fucking minus odds. Ayuk 2022, 1 and 2 for Jefferson. What are those picks looking like? If you think they're going to be early, give me Ayuk. RJ is a lock tonight. Kind of hate that you said that. Kind of hate it. Local liability. You don't have to preface your question by telling me you just got off the toilet. I don't need to know that you were fucking watching with your dick in your hand. Where to target Pitts in a Superflex startup? You're at the 110. I don't know, the 510. Okoro's been coming to his own. Yeah, he had like 35 points the other night. But he's not consistent enough, and Jetty Osman is a fucking freak in nature, and he's going to put up like 13 shots and put up 18 points. Is Mecole Hardman worth it? Love the way you worded that. No, he's not worth it. Whatever that means, Mecole Hardman is not worth it. He's not worth the trouble. What an incredible question. I fucking love you idiots. Is Mecole Hardman worth it? Former second-round pick. Is he worth anything? I've been live for 52 minutes. All right, once I hit the hour mark, I'm dipping. Josh, I need another pick. I liked your Simmons call. I'm your newspaper. Well, I'm glad I can keep you up to date. Non-fact check newspaper. Who would you rather have for the future? RJ Barrett or McCall Bridges? Depends. Are you a Knicks fan? I think I like McCall Bridges there. If McCall Bridges had a role as big as RJ Barrett has, I'm not so sure he'd be any worse. And plus, he's a fucking incredible defender. It's crazy that the Sixers could have had him and they wanted Zaire Smith instead. What a great, efficiently, effectively run franchise. Sixers are they're just the best, aren't they? Who do you like? You probably like RJ Barrett. You're a Knicks fan. Does Sammy Watkins still have self-worth? No. Probably not. I think fantasy players have more faith and more confidence in Sammy Watkins than Sammy Watkins has, which is kind of tough. Hit the Sexton under. People have been killing him for not passing enough. Dude, the Sexton under. All Sexton does is shoot. Why would I take the under? RJ or Harrow? Still can't pronounce it. Give me RJ. Tyler Hero's a fucking bitch. I mean, probably shouldn't say that. He's not good. Not as good as many people think. Damian Lillard, 26.5. I'm going to have to take the over. Does Mahomes have a breakout year because of his own line? No, he's a breakout year because he's an animal. He's a freak of nature, as I like to call him. You think Sexton 25.5 is an under? I'm going to take PJ Washington rebounds over. I'm a bouncing over, get some shots. See you, Ben Payne. Hopefully your back feels better. Who do I think is the worst player in the NFL? It was Josh Kelly. Now it's Larry Roundtree. But if it's like a relevant bad player, a player that like people think is good and sucks, it's a tough question. I typically stay away from people with those type of descriptions. The worst player in the NFL. Whoever the Chargers left tackle is. Wasn't it like fucking Trey Pipkins last year? T. Higgins with the addition of Chase this year, or Michael Pittman with nobody else around him? Give me T. Higgins. Y'all are kind of wilding out about this Jamar Chase stuff. Sorta, kinda. Is Jared Goff one of the worst number 1 picks? Probably. But I feel like his expectations weren't that high. Teams just needed quarterbacks and they were desperate. Troy Pope, come on. What is Matt Ryan's value in terms of receivers? Oh, like what you can trade for him? You can probably get him for like DJ Chark straight up or Cooper Kupp or something like that. Chiefs revamped O-line giving CH's rushing a bump. Fat OBJ is a fucking unit. I don't know what that means. Oh, Orlando Brown Jr. I like that name. I think Clyde's usage is going to be what impacts him the most. If he gets more than like 12 touches a game, then yeah. Why are you guys ganging up on Troy Pope? He's done nothing wrong. He's done nothing right, but he's also done nothing wrong. You have 101, 202 in a 10-team half PPR Superflex. Who are you taking at the 202? Whoever falls between the Moore brothers, Waddle and Bateman. Nathan Peterman? No, Nathan Peterman single-handedly gave the Chargers a win like 3 years ago. Threw 6 picks in one half. That's not easy to do. You think you can just go out there, throw 6 picks, and still keep throwing the ball? Got to be elite to have that long of a leash. No matter what you say. The kid's a freak. He's a freak in nature. All right, I got 2 minutes left on this live stream. If you have any geography questions or anything of the sort, ask it because I'm about to go out of here. Where do you think Aaron Rodgers lands? Either the set of Jeopardy or Denver. That's what it's looking like right now. Unless this is all just smoke and mirrors. But we'll see. We will see. We will see about that. You play redraft auction at all? Any tips? No, I don't play auction. I'm sorry. I can't even budget my real life. I can't auction fantasy. Smash the Derrick Rose points over. Lewis, for some reason, I think there's a little bias in your statements. This is one of the best live streams from BDG in a while. Good work. Well, that's kind of tough because we did like 4 last week. So it's good to know that this was better than all of them. But it's also bad to know that the 4 last week weren't as good. But I appreciate you, Tarek. Does Rager have any legitimate value now that Devonta Smith is in Philly? Yeah, he probably has more value because he had none last year. Doesn't have to act as the alpha, and he has a quarterback that he knows is going to be the starter all year. How am I going to come back from Miami more pale than when I left? Didn't like that question, AJ. I got some color on my legs. That's about it, though. My arms, I guess. I got a COVID shot, and the lady asked if I'd been tanning. I said no, I just got burnt. And I didn't want to tell her that I was in Miami because she'd probably, like, fucking arrest me for going state to state. Zeke outlook and redraft, back end of the first round pick. He's alright. Do you know where Lapland is? Some of my ancestors reigned from there. One of my history teachers called me the last Laplander. I don't know where Lapland is. I know where Zoolander is. In Iraq at Blockbuster. Let me look up where Lapland is and then I'm gonna head out. Lapland, Finland. You're from Finland. Good to know. Is that where they see the Aurora Borealis? What's the capital of Thailand? I feel like I know this one. Bangkok. Did Nick get any of my height in Miami? No, Nick's not even that short. Kellermond or Davis Mills for Dynasty? Kellermond. Most undervalued young asset in fantasy? Superflex? Me. I'm the most undervalued thing you can find in your fucking life. Alright, I'm gonna head out. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed. Thumbs down if you didn't. Alright, we got 1 thumbs down. Appreciate that. And hopefully I'll be posting a video next week. No promises though. But I'm out. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.